circles are talking to me. Circle something, circle something. The crop circles are talking to me. Circle something, circle something.
The arguable standout of the 2007 crop circle season, reported on June 28th at Westconnet Longbarrow, Wiltshire, England, unveils a receding hallway with 6 doors and a checkerboard floor. Its design is echoed and complemented by its immediate surroundings, as it is located a literal stone's throw away from the Westconnet Longbarrow, an ancient burial mound. Similarly, the receding in perspective passage has been connected to the Egyptian megalithic architecture of the Valley Temple near the Sphinx on the Giza Plateau and the Osirian in Abydos. Like the Dashur and Giza pyramids, these pieces of architecture stand out in quality and ambition from other Egyptian structures, and it's not a unique idea to suggest that they might predate the pharaohs and even history itself. Images like this from Manly Hall's The Keys of Freemasonry suggest a unfinished or platform-topped pyramid from which priests could perform magic and sacrifices. This schema is also advanced by Ralph Ellis in Eden in Egypt, where a staircase, perhaps cut into the casing stones, would allow access to the apex. One way of looking at the checkerboard hallway crop circle sees an aerial representation of a pyramid, complete with platform. The circle surrounding the pyramid, perhaps identifying the specific pyramid as the Great Pyramid itself. Owing to pi famously being encoded in its geometry, the lintels or beams of the ceiling in this interpretation can become the ladder leading to the top of the Great Pyramid. The first-degree Freemasonic tracing board, generally considered a symbolic representation of Solomon's Temple, which along with Ralph Ellis I believe originates from the Giza Plateau layout, sees the checkerboard floor present in the Great Pyramid resonant circle. The checkerboard floor finds its likely origin in the original basalt and or marble floor at the foot of the Great Pyramid, reflecting and representing the night sky in its polished surface. The ladder, representing the walkway to the apex of the mountain or pyramid of God, is also again present in the tracing board image. The pillars of Solomon's Temple, Jachin and Boaz of Freemasonry that found their origin in the 2 greater pyramids of Giza, were most recently evoked by the Twin Towers or Pyramid collapse during the 9/11 Stargate event. A complementary pictorial synchronicity to the preceding explanation of the crop circle has been floated in the similarity to the elements at play in Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper painting. Jesus as triangular or pyramid element at the convergence of the perspective focal point, with the 3 windows doubling as the pyramids in the far wall, is the symbolic equivalent of the checkerboard crop circle, the Freemasonic tracing board, and the 9/11 Stargate event. We can equate the hallway or room of both painting and crop circle to the sacred cuboid shape of the King's Chamber and its mysterious box, present at ground zero in the guise of the Kaaba representing sphere sculpture. See the 9/11 Stargate video for details. Inaccuracies cited as evidence of man-made origins, seen in the 2 skewed further left side doors, seem, with the current context in mind, possible allusions to the 2 major collapsed pyramids of 9/11. Similar to Pharaoh Jesus, Aleister Crowley was initiated into the mysteries of the pyramids and spent a night in the King's Chamber contacting higher intelligence or opening the Stargate of cosmic illumination. Crowley also practiced these activities inside Boleskine House on the shores of Loch Ness, ownership of which would pass to Jimmy Page, who we can connect to crop circles owing to this famous image. And now things get a little weird. As Gora Odachi of Etemenanki and Super Torch Ritual astutely points out, Mel Gibson as Scottish freedom fighter William Wallace is crucified towards the end of the film. An early 1995 foreshadowing of Mal's messianic leanings and resonance which would fully blossom in his 2004 blood-soaked Passion of the Christ. After being decapitated in Braveheart, Mal's head makes another appearance in the February 2001 Futurama episode, That's Lobstertainment, which we are informed has been deciphered from crop circles.
Ahead, you'll see the home of Mel Gibson, star of the hit film Braveheart.
The crucifixion of Jesus is most likely a red herring, as many savior deities share this cross-theme. The symbolic death and resurrection of the sun and Osiris is something which all Freemasons, like Jesus, attempting to invoke deity through dramatic magic, go through. The third-degree tracing board beautifully, pictorially tells the age-old story where the coffin triples as tomb, sarcophagus, and pyramid, confirmed by the presence of the checkerboard pyramid elements. The Passion of the Christ unconsciously gives away the game, intercutting scenes from the crucifixion with the real Stargate ritual, the Last Supper, where the ingestion of substances lead to the opening of a Stargate of cosmic illumination, Synchromystic bleed-through and entrainment verifying the sync with the checkerboard hallway elements of the first-degree tracing board, Da Vinci's Last Supper, and the Westconnect 2007 crop circle formation. Mal plays a reverend in Signs, whose encounter with mystery ushers him back into the fold. Our Jesus resonator steps inside the crop circles in this film, made by menacing grey-like aliens. Superman director Richard Donner brings us conspiracy theory with Mal as New York cabbie conspiraloon and MK Ultra-style Manchurian candidate.
I mean, George Bush knew what he was saying when he said New World Order. Remember those three little words, New World Order? Well, he was a 33rd degree Mason, you know?
While invoking the New World Order, Rosie O'Donnell, and a grab bag of conspiracies, this 1997 intro sequence ends with our twin pyramids of the 9/11 mega ritual. The checkerboard hallway Westconnect crop formation led a synchromystic chain of events that culminated in the helicopter being associated with 9/11 Stargate time travel technology, detailed in the comic book cycle videos. The crop glyph invokes the Osirian, which is located directly adjacent to the Temple of Seti I, inside which the alleged helicopter hieroglyph can be viewed. Quite astonishing then to view our crop circle messiah Mel Gibson fleeing government helicopters which pass right by our 9/11 pillars of Solomon's Temple.
Is it possible that there are no coincidences?
The taxicab theme interacts magically even further down the rabbit hole in Escape from New York. After multiple Twin Tower helicopter passes, Snake's plane is sent crashing down a pyramid, the wreckage visible in the background as our heroes pull away in a yellow cab. In the Simpsons Bible Stories episode, Homer, as Pharaoh Solomon, presides over a case between Jesus and Checker Chariot. The Checker Chariot, or Checker Cab, is a famous distinctive taxi whose logo is literally the checkerboard, bringing Solomon's Temple, Jesus, and the checkerboard theme together synchronistically one more time. Bear in mind that Masonic lodges modeled after Solomon's Temple and Giza also display the checkerboard theme on the lodge floor found in the Westconnect crop circle.
The whole town's gone nuts. Security cameras, mysterious vans, crop circles. This conspiracy goes all the way to the top.
Best Simpsons game ever!
When's this going to start?
Scary Movie 3 highlights the crop circle and September 11th connection by having 9/11 official story critic Charlie Sheen spoofing Mal's Signs character and stepping into a glyph himself. 2006's Uffington skyscraper 3D crop pictogram resembles perhaps the three major pyramids collapsing and imploding into a 9/11 Stargate. Unlike the private, esoteric initiations of Crowley and Jesus, the 9/11 mega ritual was public and exoteric, potentially making anyone on the planet an avatar of deity. In this framework, the 2001 spectacular and unprecedented Milk Hill Mega Julia set, or Galaxy Crop Circle, at the end of the season, less than a month shy of the 9/11 Stargate mega ritual, unveils a signpost of consciousness-altering forces. Powerful, vivid, yet material signposts, but which point elegantly towards something else.